Hello everybody, this is Kiran and today we are going to discuss about how to handle alerts or pop-ups in Selenium. So pop-ups appear on web pages as a part of any click or random. So we need to handle them. So first of all, we have to understand that we have to switch to that pop-up before actually performing any options or any actions on the pop-up. So let's say there's a pop-up. So we have to use a method called switch to and then dot alert. So alert and switch to, these two methods, when we combine, we have to write driver.switchto.alert. So basically we are going to that pop-up. Now after going there, we can perform some 3 actions on it. So the first action is to accept the pop-up. So either a person can accept the pop-up by clicking on OK or any other button which is there on the pop-up. The second action is to cancel the pop-up or just click on the cross button, which means you're closing the pop-up. And the third action which can be performed on any pop-up is to get the text which is written as a part of the pop-up. So get text is another method which can be used to find out what is written inside that pop-up. Now what we have to do, let's go to a URL and we can write a code to handle pop-up. So for that, what we can do is just right click on the package name and new class. So the name of the class will be pop-up or alert. We can just say alert. So this class name is alert. Now here we'll be starting the code, which will start with package name and public class alert. So inside that we'll be writing public static void main. String args. Now let's go to our website which is having a pop-up so that we can see. So we'll open this website. Now you can see here when I just hit on this website, I get a box which is go. So I'll click on go. So the moment I click on go, a pop-up appears. So we can do only 2 actions on this pop-up. There is no cancel button. So what we can do is either accept the pop-up, that is I just click on OK, or second action which I can perform on the pop-up is to read the text which is there inside the pop-up, and once we have the text inside it, we can print it in the console or we can verify the text. So all these actions we can do on this pop-up. So let's first write the code. So we'll be using Webdriver driver is equals to new Chrome driver or Firefox driver, anything. Then we can import the important libraries. Then we'll write driver.get. So let's open the same URL which is mentioned there. So this is the URL. I have to embed it in the double quotes because I'm passing it as a parameter to the get method. So driver.get, so this will open up. Now once you open this, what else we have to do as a part manually, we can check that. Let's open the URL first. The moment it opens, it will give me a button which I have to click. So let's first find out the XPath of this button. So I'll just do right click, inspect. So when I'm doing inspect, I'll get the DOM open with the properties, with the attributes which is associated with this element being highlighted. So now it's input type and the type equals to button. The tag name is input, and then there is on click, which is show alert. What happens on click? So majorly what we have to do, we have to write the XPath, let's say. So we can write the XPath manually or use tools like selectors hub to copy the XPath. So I'll write the XPath manually. So let's write driver dot find element by dot XPath. This is how we'll be writing the XPath. Type equals to button. Value equals to goal, so we can write. Copy this. Now we can see there's a error which is being shown there. So what we can do is just hover the mouse over the error. So there's still so majorly what I have to do is XPath, and then I have to pass the XPath. So this is the majorly what we have to do. We have to go and click on that, isn't it? So that is the method which we have to perform. So this is how we will be writing the XPath and then clicking on the button. Once we click on it, the pop-up appears. So let's run till here, then we'll get an idea of what happens. Then I'll show you the usage of pop-up also. Okay, so the browser opens and the URL will open, and we see that on clicking on go, the pop-up appears. Now we have to handle the pop-up. So for handling the pop-up, we have to actually switch to that pop-up and then perform any action on it. So it's very easy. Driver.switchto is the method. Same camel casing always. Switch to is the method, fine, but we have to do actions on the pop-up. So here we see that there is no cancel option. Accept is there, yes. So the moment I write driver.switchto.alert.accept, it will click on OK or whatever, yes, or whatever is there in the pop-up. So let's say this is having OK. So it will click on OK if I click on .accept. Now since I want to do more stuff on the pop-up before closing it, because the moment I click on accept, this will be gone and we won't have the pop-up again. So what we can do, driver.switchto.alert.accept, but before that I want to get the text because there is no cancel in it. So we can use get text. So what we can do is driver.switchto.alert.get text. Here I forgot to write the word alert, then .accept. Anyways, driver.switchto.alert.get text. Now we have got the text, but this whole line of code is returning me a string type of value. So it will go and save it in string pop-up is equals to driver.switchto alert.getText. So now we can print this text to check if it is the same text. So here we have to print pop-up. And then we can accept it. So let's run the code and see what happens. So the browser window opens. The pop-up opened, it clicked on go, and then it also clicked on OK, and the get text was also done. So if we go back to the code, we see that okay, so there's some error. Hang on, it should not show me pop-up. Actually, by mistake, I have passed the variable or the parameter as a string, so it is printing only pop-up. I want to print whatever is there in pop-up, so I have to run the code again. Now the browser is opening. So yes, let's see what's there on the console. So all the actions happen. It is able to read the text, which is, this is an alert box. It is able to accept the pop-up, which is close the pop, as in accept the pop-up. And we could have also used cancel to cancel, or click on the cross button. So this is how pop-ups will be handled. We have to first switch to it and then perform actions. So switch to dot pop-up alert whatever dot if you want to get text, then get text. If you want to accept, then accept, and if you want to get the text, you can get the text. So that is about handling pop-ups in Selenium. We'll learn more in the upcoming sessions. Till then, goodbye.